if it isn't my favorite delivery driver.
Careful with that, or I'll start telling people you're just a booze hound.
I heard the whole deal went off without a hitch.
Nothing some quick thinking couldn't solve. I don't think it was Whitecaps who were on your tail after all. I had some shady characters following me. Most likely knew where I was coming from.
Damn dirty buzzards. What happened?
Left them in the Aether mist. Can't say as where they ended up, but I made it clear your shipments are no easy mark going forward.
Ah, I could kiss ya.
Don't. I wait for a moment to see if his joy warrants a bonus. It doesn't seem forthcoming, so I'll let it drop. Anything else you need delivered?
Not today. I'll let you know if that changes. Next time I see ya.
Hey, anything you need delivered today?
It'll be a while on the next shipment. Thanks for stopping by.
I lock sight with blue eyes, each crease and wrinkle exactly as I'd memorized. I jump after him, but he always was a quick bastard. I lose him in the hung sheets like a snake in the grass. The wind hits me with something nostalgic. The smell of a shared cigarette on a street corner. The taste of citrus soap along his neck, curtained by a sheet of laundry.
Damn 'em.
I didn't think I still missed that crooked face. Needles is a sight better without the bandages, but instead of a grin, there's a scar that twists like ivy as he glares me down.
Gruss, what's this, business? Or you here playing peacekeeper?
Yeah, it's business. But she's the one you gotta talk to. I'm here to make sure you don't shoot each other first.
No, not here. Gunfire offends the neighborhood. But I'm not 8-shot.
I grit my teeth. Needles never needed his 38 to make a shot. Didn't come looking for a fight, Needles. Faster we talk, faster you get back to hawking counterfeit bags. Needles' mouth twists, but he doesn't draw.
Who's this?
Hello, I'm Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt. Pleasure to meet you. Gia said you were a past colleague of hers?
Colleague? That what she tell you? 8-shot also tell you?
Hey, Needles, you're talking to me. Nellie, give us a minute. Won't take long. We're given space. I almost regret it. Steps apart, but it feels like there's a hole in the world between Needles and me.
What the hell do you want, 8-shot? Didn't do enough damage last time? Come back for more?
Nice to see you too, Needles. Though this stench is making me question coming down here. I don't know how you stand it.
It's good for my complexion.
A hollow howl whips through the laundry tower behind us, filling the emptiness Needles and I share. I'm going to have to just rip off the bandage and ask him. Piotr, I'm here to cash in that favor you owe me. I need a job.
No. I see how it is. Rosie and Gil are gone, so I'm your only contact. Usually I'd love to clear a tab, except you nearly got me killed last time. Favor's canceled.
You want a name that doesn't care about life debts instead?
You should have stayed away. I don't need more ghosts haunting me.
His eyes pinch, seconds away from slamming the door and walking out of my life a second time, until something catches him. Half a minute passes before he exhales.
Good shot, though. Okay, I have something. But after this, we're through. There's this big White Street reception for the Barony bigwigs. We play dress up, sneak in, grab some documents, get out. No one puts on a second face like you.
This like the Peacock show? Ugh, that dress pinched. I barely fit into it.
Pinched? It fit perfect. Until someone decided to stash some pricey bottles under it.
Who downed half the bottle on the way home?
Hey, I deserved it. Those clowns had knives, ripped my new suit, had to throw it out. Anyway, this time we'll be dressed as White Street officers. No pinching.
You don't think your mug's trusty enough to pull it off alone?
Don't kid. You know you always look sharper in uniform. I need someone to watch my back. Whitecaps are hawks.
Again, we're interrupted by the low howl of the laundry and the snapping of clothes held captive by the breeze. Too many lonely nights imagining this conversation run through my head. None are helpful. We haven't talked since that day with Zio. I still think about it.
Funny. I try not to.
And then there was nothing more to say. I don't like it. I've worked with smugglers I like a lot less, but none of them scrape open memories like Piotr. But he's right. I need the work, and he's the only contact on White Street I have left. I'm in, but I need details. Where are we going? What are we grabbing? How much trouble are you getting me into, Needles?
The newly refurbished Santa Anita Lodge. Battle maps. And boatloads. The gala's the top brass affair. This means we gotta blend in. Don't wanna draw fire.
All right. Sounds doable. But if you're getting me into that much trouble, I want payment up front.
Okay, but only half. For the inconvenience fee. Gonna need supplies, another uniform, another invite.
Last I checked, you were the one doing me a favor. 75%.
The job's the favor. You're lucky you're getting that much. I could be talking to the bootleggers instead.
No, you wouldn't. You're too picky to work with small-time stiffs. And you're not stupid enough to run a high-risk job with someone you don't trust.
Funny enough, you're a stiff that I'm not too sure I trust.
Uh-huh. You said it yourself. No one can put on a better second face. You aren't going to find anyone who can do that and put up with your crap. For a second, we're as still as a frozen body of water, until something suddenly flits to the surface. Needles grins.
Deal. 75.
You still doing work for Cress?
What's it to you? We don't share custody.
It's just a question, Needles. She's my friend, too.
Yeah, you are. And yeah, I do. She referred me to some Aetherians. They don't pay a lot, but they're always on time.
That's it?
That's it. What? You digging for something else?
Not a lot of smugglers risk White Street. Fabrics aside, didn't strike me as your kind of haunt.
It's not. But a lot of smugglers have other options. After what you pulled, I didn't. Had to find less picky clients.
So Eli hasn't given you any trouble down here?
I'll run if I see smoke. Besides, place has its perks. Smoke shop's got my favorite brand, and the deli down the street's got the second best bagels in the city.
Eli's ramping up the war effort. You're young, healthy, and mean enough to pass as one of his goons. Why hasn't anyone tried throwing you in the trenches yet?
Paperwork. The forms say the owner of Portnoy Tailoring's a 62-year-old widower.
Uh-huh. And when they stop by in person, you'll do what? Throw on a wig and makeup?
I try to be out. Otherwise, I play visiting grandson helping Portarushka.
My eyes traced the scarred line across his face. I hadn't wanted to look at it when it was fresh. Part of me still didn't want to. Any retaliation from Valentine's goons?
No one who could finish carving my eye out. You?
Yeah. I don't know him the endless number of would-be Avengers I've had to point a barrel at.
50th. Don't be late.
Back already, huh? Be careful out there. What do you need?
How are the escapees? Eli send terriers after them?
No. Iron Hand must have persuaded them not to. Won't keep them out forever. But it's bought us enough time for our people to say their goodbyes before we move them out.
He said he was going to find other barons to buy their contracts. He really have that much pull?
Iron Hand's been playing nice with barons for years. He won't spin it as helping a rat out of the kindness of their hearts, but he won't risk reaching out to anyone who won't follow through. Be careful out there.
Stick close. I'll meet you after we're done.
Yeah. Don't keep me waiting all night.
Needles is already there, leaning against a light post, stubbing out second thoughts and his last smoke. He's taken aback.
What the hell is that?
It's a car. What do you think it is?
No. What the hell is that? Where the hell is the Chimera?
She's gone.
Don't kid.
He waits for a punchline. I let the joke go stale.
Sorry. Condolences. To Chimera. Beautiful machine. Wherever she is.
Forget the car. You got my uniform.
Here. Invite's in the pocket. Get changed? We'll see how you look.
Those eyes of yours don't seem to hate me as much as you're saying. Caught in a trap in the long grass, Pyotr's eyes recoil and hide in the non-existent ceiling, roaming from cloud to cloud till I finish. My identity fades into a neatly pressed uniform. There's not a whiff of bleach or a stitch out of place, but Pyotr clicks his tongue like it's painted in stains.
Shoulder's too loose.
He slowly runs his hand along my arm up to my neck, checking for faults with gentle fingers. Needles, the fit's fine. No one's noticing unless you draw attention to it.
You forget where we're going? Top brass affair. Anyone who'd notice will be there. They see you in sloppy attire, they'll have you cleaning guns all night instead of grabbing maps.
Then we'll fix it later. Right now, we gotta make the entry time. There's not a lot of green in the lowers, but Santa Anita is one of the exceptions. After stashing my car in the overgrowth, Needles and I go through final checks, like remembering the steps to an old dance.
Hold still. I'm straight. Stop fidgeting, Lieutenant Florence. This damn shoulder stitch.
Then, Sergeant Ivan Ivanovich, better make it a rush job. We're running late. How'd you get hold of an officer uniform anyway? Doesn't feel like one of yours.
Aw, still know my work. And didn't have enough time to make two. Had to trade the laundromat owner. Cost me a very nice suit with silk. Отлично. Beautiful.
He smooths the wrinkles off my shoulders and steps back to appreciate his work. A uniform as fitted as his, but a rank higher in stripes.
There. Now, play one of Eli's elite officers.
I square my shoulders and give him a glare that could fillet a shark.
Terrifying. Good. Remember, act like a bloodthirsty sadist who wrecks everything around you. Basically, just be 8-shot.
My jaw pops. I should have shaken it off, but routine had lowered my guard enough to make the sucker punch dash red spots across my vision. Enough! Look, I never asked to be called 8-shot. A whole lot happened that day that I didn't want to happen. You can't keep blaming me.
I can blame who I want. 8-shot's your rep, not mine.
You damn well know that's not who I am. Who do you recall getting us more repeat clients? I distinctly remember when you said Mrs. Wong's crates were a lost cause.
They were halfway to Europe.
Yeah, and who got him back? I got us a steady gig for 3 months. And you sure as hell didn't consider me unreliable when I spent all night helping you swap those statues at the museum.
I get it. I'll try to lay off. At least until we're done.
We're in for a long night, Needles. Don't make me shoot you before we get those maps.
Anyway, the job. Play soldier till you find the maps. You signal me, I kill the lights, you grab the maps, we make for the window. Then we're free as a breeze, nice and easy, like old times. The only thing missing is...
Zio. We share a pained look, and I'm flung into a memory. The last good memory I had of the three of us.
This job's a career maker, Principessa. John Valentine's big, bigger than anything you've done before. You pull this off, Giovanna Randazzo can stand on her own.
Mr. Blanc had him on something else in High Cloud that day. But Zio trusted me to handle the job with a whale, a client who might have made us kings. I still think about what he said. You're nothing without your reputation.
He said that, but we both know Alfonso leaned on his charm. Peddled more of his crap being glib than his rep ever did.
It was good enough for you. I distinctly remember you telling him to practice his Russian on someone else. He had you singing in a week.
He saved it for cards. Made up for having to listen to his god-awful accent. Helped I could always count on you playing too. Gave my ears a break.
You remember a lot for someone who said he wanted to forget.
It was from before we got matching scars, Malaya.
It's a bittersweet reminder. A temptation to linger or lean closer. But I'm pulled into another memory. I'm standing with 2 glasses of booze at Zio's headstone. Pyotr was off getting loaded at every dive he could find. Why'd you skip the funeral, Pyotr? His eyes shut. Whatever closeness Zio's memory gave us vanishes.
You want to spend the night chit-chatting? No? Then let's go. Uniform's good.
Fine. We've got a party to hit. White Street salvaged train cars when they went the way of the horse carriage. Ripped out the insides for parts and repackaged the bodies into buildings. Everything runs quiet here. Despite its past, this is orderly ground. Doubt Eli would settle for anything less than perfection. Santa Anita Lodge was once a bit of Eden in the lowers. All the reconstructed walls and all the replanted trees will never be enough to hide what happened. With Eli's war heating up, I doubt the other baronies are turning a blind eye. Any one of them could be next. Compared to the steady murmur of voices and revelry up the hill, the train cars building might as well be a wallflower. Quiet, unassuming, and far away enough that no one would notice if I took a quick peek inside. It's a flimsy lock. I should have cracked it as easily as an egg, but my pick scraped the metal like nails down a chalkboard. A stuttering guard's voice sounds off around the corner. I dust and leave her with nothing more than a ghost story. We step into a vision of order, unity, and victory. Streaming banners, pristine uniforms, success stories painted on the walls. White Street's officers are lush on the atmosphere as much as the drinks.
Attention! The General!
Dozens of boots all stomp into form. Perfect, immediate obedience for the man at the top of the stairs. The Baron of White Street, General Eli Tillinghast.
My friends, tonight is for you. Tonight we celebrate our victories. As we speak, our forces liberate the islands of Fresh Pond Park, returning them to their true home in White Street. This city is a cesspool. For too long, its people have drowned in complacency, greed, and filth. Through our efforts, we will save them. We will give clean water, purpose, order, and above all else, a future. Look around you. The Lodge was once the place of our greatest betrayal. A bombed-out monument of futile calls for peace. Now, it is a symbol of rebirth. Thanks to our new Aether. Thanks to you.
He strides down the stairs, each step a victory, each step assured and heavy. He scans the room with a smug smile and enters into the crowd.
Each of you have sacrificed much, have fought hard and longed for a brighter future. Sir, what future do you see? A future where we finally bring peace to the lowers. Excellent. Peace is within our grasp, and then all this useless bloodshed can end. And you, Lieutenant, what is the future you see?
The General lays a gloved hand on my shoulder, firm and blistering. His eyes focus on me alone like a dozen spotlights. I sweat under the heat of his glare. Sir, White Street will be an inspiration to the lowers. No more will we... His gaze sears me. My nerves lock up, scattering my words like ashes in the wind. I flounder to recapture them until the silence is broken by a well-timed snicker.
Do you have something to say to your superior, Sergeant?
No, sir. Apologies, sir.
Needles freezes into a picture of a shamed, obedient penitence, released only with the wave of the General's hand. Needles' fingers crook at the air, a nervous tick for everyone else, a warning to hurry for me. Damn it. What was I saying again? Sir, White Street will be an inspiration to the lowers. No more will we suffer rot and complacency. No more will we struggle to breathe. We'll lead the city to a promising new future.
Well spoken, Lieutenant. They call us monsters, tyrants, warmongers. They're wrong. We fight only to defend this city against the muck. We will preserve civilization while restoring it to its past glory. However, tonight, you will drink, rest, converse amongst your comrades. Look forward to a future where these nights are common. At ease.
Our way out. Hate leaving someone else in charge of the exit plan, especially if it's Needles. God sent an angel of death the day of the bombing, and White Street kept her as a reminder, a memorial to those lost that day.
We lost good men that day. Every one of them, among our best.
I don't hear the older officer's approach until he's at my shoulder. His voice is a light touch against the pomp of the lodge trumpets.
My best friend, Rogerson, was among them. He fought to be in the room that day. Was convinced only he could negotiate true peace. He still serves, but as an ugly reminder of that day. What do you think of it, Lieutenant?
Eye-opening, sir. Seeing the damage tells me more than a speech ever did.
An insightful observation. I was in the lodge before the bombing. We shared a bottle of whiskey on the stairs and a toast to an end of conflict. It is difficult to imagine the same toast today. Thank you for listening to an old soldier reminisce. Go enjoy yourself. The General's orders. You will not speak. You will not think. And next time you will bite your tongue before you spread fanciful stories about an escape from the tomb. Am I clear, soldier?
One of the tables is a picked-over patch of empty glasses and half-finished trays, but not everything's been touched. A lone bottle of champagne sits on the corner of the table. I find an opening in the form of a drunken lieutenant being gently guided outside. While his stumbling steps block the table, I sweep past, snatching at the bottle. I hit it with the grace of a blindfolded burglar. The bottle hits the floor with a damning thunk, leaving me to dodge judgmental glares and questions about my sobriety. None of them hit as hard as the passing whisper in my ear.
Hey, I said no pinching.
Let's go state has been set. Poor bastard.
A group of red-faced officers emerge from the door to cool off with champagne and socialization. The door swings shut without a click.
I should have been assigned the Dreamland mission. I've been dreaming of making Swiss out of Marm's little dough since the day I joined. Gregson? You missed him. He snuck out after the general's speech to play hooky with his girl. He's been too busy to see her since they put him in charge of overseeing train supply lines. Why are we even waiting to invade? Everyone knows they're too bloated. We should strike now, before that old hag dies. The does are all bear cats. If we let Marm's second take over, they'll maul us. The does are all bear cats. If we let Marm's second take over, they'll maul us. Since when do you get stage jitters, Florence?
Didn't expect the general to walk right up to me, Ivanovich.
Wouldn't be a job with you if something didn't go wrong.
I can taste dollar signs just by looking at the bubbly flutes. From the faded bottle labels, White Street's been waiting to put these out for a long time. Through a crack in the door, I spy freshly drawn battle maps stuck to the table by a fistful of pens. All that's left to do is call Needles. I meet Needles' Eye from across the room filled with uniforms and firearms. He gives me the signal while he fades from the crowd to do his part. My muscles tense as I angle for the door. The lodge goes dark. The officers fight to control the ensuing chaos. Meanwhile, I rush the map room, swipe the maps, and return to the halls faster than a blink. Needles is just as quick, already at the window. Needles, where's that damn rope? Something glints. The barrel of a gun drives into my gut. His breath's hot, daring me to move.
The maps ain't shut.
Bastardo! Why?
Why? For your screw-up. For the torture. For getting Alfonso killed. Pick one.
I saved you! He doesn't move. Blood pounds my ears. I remember why I didn't want to go to Needles while I shoved the maps into him. I hate that I trusted this man. But more than that, I hate how I had no choice. Don't do this. It's not too late, Pyotr. I feel the tremor of his arm and imagine his face in the dark, grappling with if I was right. Before an answer, an apology, or even a goodbye, he's gone. I bury the hurt of betrayal under 6 feet of urgency as the lights switch on and I head for the exit. The only thing blocking my way is a junior officer.
Halt! Everybody stays inside until the lodge has been properly swept.
Are you defying a superior officer, soldier? Move!
Sorry, Lieutenant, sir, but orders are...
Smith, your commanding officer has given an order. Move before I throw your insubordinate hide into the tomb!
Yes, sir. Apologies, Lieutenant, sir.
It's a smooth exit. My heartbeat slows to a comfortable tempo as I hear nothing but fading murmurs. I'm clear. I get a whiff of sweet relief, but my breath catches at a pack of White Street officers. They don't see me. Their fangs are already bared at the man cornered between them.
Let's try this again. Where were you running off to?
Out for a smoke. Need the details of my piss, too? The itch I got from the bushes?
Check him.
The teeth come down. Needles flinches. He's fighting to keep that cocksure glare, but I see the whites of his eyes. He knows he's one bad move away from a dead man. It's the second time I've seen Needles make that face. The second time I've had to decide whether to risk myself by grabbing his hand. If I don't run now, I lose my exit. If I do, I leave Needles for dead. Just like back then, I only get to pick one. Damn it. I couldn't leave Needles then. I can't now.
You! What are you doing with that man?
Sir, we found him sneaking about while on patrol.
Let him go. He's one of our test infiltrators. We're conducting a security drill on response times. We're checking how long it takes soldiers to suspect that think face.
The officer's hand only tightens on his side piece. This guy isn't a greenhorn. He's not letting a suspect go without good cause.
Are you deaf, soldier? Stand down. Lieutenant Ivanovich is one of ours.
Oh, finally! Do you know how hard it was holding it in? Next time you could be the duck.
Understood. Nothing personal, sir. We can't afford to be too careful with the General on the premises.
The air's an Aether canister waiting to blow. Each silent step away from the lodge nudges the pressure higher and higher, until something bursts.
What the hell were you thinking? You did this last time! You played hero and everything went to hell! Why'd you have to come back?
That what this is about? You trying to make me feel bad I saved you? I don't pick cargo over my crew, remember?
Yeah,
Save it. You owe me double. You're going to pay up, and then you're going to get the hell out of my sight.
Needle's response hangs from his mouth. Insult, retort, plea, apology. I don't find out what. He shuts his mouth and locks it away behind a tight nod. In this line of work, sometimes the best outcome you get is the one where everyone walks away. First chance I get, I'm dropping you off. You can find your own way back. Just don't get killed.
Gia!
Damn it! They must have found out about the maps.
Gammo! Memory lane wasn't bad enough. I needed to get shot at with you again.
Then you shouldn't have torpedoed the escape plan. Need to find another route.
What the hell did you two do? The whole island's lit up.
Later.
You're cruising for a bruising.
Teasing crackers, not my automobile.
There's our exit.
Stop. Here's good. I got a hidey hole. You should dust.
He's gone the moment I take my eyes off him, but Pyotr's voice trails back like cigarette smoke.
Don't get yourself killed, Milaya.
Cress pulls up shortly after. One appraising look later, she settles into the cooling seat.
So, rough night.
Yeah,
How you holding up?
we made it out alive, and I got paid. That's better than our last job. Ahead of me, a White Street supply van hits a wire trap and careens off the road in a shower of sparks. Garbed in rags and desperation, a gang of scrappers crawl from their hiding places and descend on the metal carcass. I'm caught off guard by the screams of the White Street driver, who darts from the van before he's dispatched by one of the horde. The impulse to cut the engine comes to me, but a second too late. I draw the notice of one of the scrappers. Then, all of them. They huddle together, creating a wall of bodies. My eyes scan the line rapidly until I see it. One of the scrappers is a mite twitchy, the weak link in the chain. That's where I'll break through. Some fool impulse makes me hesitate, holding my foot steady and preventing me from barreling through the horde. The closest scrapper breaks into a run, making a beeline for my door. I start the engine and floor it. These carrion birds want to fight. I'll give them one. These scrappers are getting bold. This will attract some attention. Retreat, Crest. I'll take it from here. Not looking good. Made it through, but now there's a target on my back. Great.
Look what the cat dragged in.
About the gala.
I shouldn't have told you to meet him. If I'd known Needles was gonna pull a stunt like that, I would have knocked him over the railing.
It's not your fault. I needed the money, and he was the best option I had. You couldn't have known what he'd do. Did Needles ever tell you why he blamed me? With what happened with Valentine?
No, but we talked over drinks. It wasn't hard to read between the lines and see he hated someone else more than he hated you. See you soon.
Yes? Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Well, well.
How's business?
Well, the market is a volatile thing. I find comfort in focusing on the details. But if I'm honest, sometimes I feel more like a grocer than a fence.
Come on, Tiana. Give me something juicy. Didn't I hear somewhere you used to work for Mar Magdalene over in Dreamland? Tiana's face takes a new shade of overcast, and her hand twitches, her elegant fountain pen scratching an ugly black gouge across her ledger. I've clearly touched a nerve.
What is the expression? Once upon a time? I was just a girl, and she took care of me when nobody else would.
Yeah, I get it. Mentors can be tough. I wonder if I'll get to meet the old lady sometime.
I am sure you will. And when you do, just remember, she may have been my tetka, but even I knew she was no kindly old grandmother.
Right. I'll remember that. Were you born here in the city?
No. I am a daughter of Zagreb. My parents are of old Illyria. They brought me to New York to be a princess in the new kingdom of Croatia. It is a beautiful place, Giovanna. And an even more beautiful dream.
You're not telling me the whole story. Come on, spill it. Where are your folks now?
They're dead.
Ah. Sorry to hear that. But I know how you feel.
I sincerely doubt that.
Really? I was closer to Alfonso than anyone. Then this city took him. You might run things down here in the hole, but you don't have a monopoly on grief, all right? Maybe I pushed it too far, but the easy, aloof expression Tiana wears like a favorite coat suddenly disappears, and her voice blooms with genuine warmth. She places a hand over mine.
I am sorry, Giovanna. That's terrible. And you are right. It doesn't matter who does the taking. Some gutter rat bastard desperate for a meal, or some suit-wearing demon from the Heights who never even knew your mother's name. All that matters is what they took away.
The Heights? What do you mean?
Nothing. Forget I said anything. Just be careful. The higher up you go in this city, the less air there is to breathe.
Right. I found some things that are more unique. Mind taking a look?
And pray tell, what diamonds in the rough have you found, Mishichu?
What can you offer me?
I already have someone in mind. So long.
Confortola is infamous in the Sicilian community. Not only is his kitchen the best place to get fresh olive oil, he's also known to stock a few more peculiar goods in his warehouse. And he's always willing to cover for someone with even a passing connection to the old country. For a price. Confortalas is by far the best place to crash until the dust clears. It's clean and quiet, and usually comes with a hot meal and a drink or two on the house. When the law's breathing down my neck, it's the first place I think of. I'd say the place had been picked clean, but there's nothing clean about it. It's empty and spent. Like a trio of ants excitedly making themselves busy around a chunk of fruit, the whitecaps ahead harass some poor soul in a dinged-up flatbed. Too busy with their current treat, they wave me on.
You don't look like trouble. You're fine to go through.
There's the train, just ahead.
All right, what's the plan?
We get alongside, we steal the weapons, we get out.
Okay, I'm ready. I think. Are you ready?
Born that way, kid. The train leaps down the track like a greyhound foaming after a jackrabbit. Its rattling cars sway like bulky charms on a long, ugly bracelet. Far below us, I spy the spark and glow of White Street's ashen wasteland. I come to a grim realization. We're above the burn pits. This isn't good. Princess won't last long in this heat.
The what pits?
Past the pits, the tracks go into the Undercity. We have to stop the train before then.
Sorry, what do you mean, stop it?
We have to derail this train, kid. Ideally before this car melts. The city's a blur, but the cargo door beside us is tantalizingly close. Almost like I could reach out and touch it. Get ready to take the wheel. Keep her steady.
Wait, what are you doing?
Doing something crazy. I push open my car door, straining against the wind, my free hand glued to my hat. I gauge the distance, trying to quiet the hurricane gale in my head. The car lurches into a railing, and I almost lose my lunch. Damn it, Professor, keep her steady!
Sorry! I've never driven a car before.
You never... Oh, nuts to this. I slam my door shut again. I'm busy trying to puzzle out how exactly Tayana meant for me to derail a moving train when I see lights in my mirrors. Whitecaps. Terrific.
Call for backup! They're trying to stop the train!
Gia, look!
I see him. We don't have time for this. Maybe we can end this scrap before it starts. Hey, Spitshine. Road's looking rough ahead. Dust while you still can.
I was hoping someone would show up and make my day!
Not just anyone, pal. You're dancing with 8-Shot Randazzo.
I got your 8 shots right here, lady!
I feel like old Ahab, watching with crazed excitement as my quarry screeches its death knell and plunges into the depths. Time for an unscheduled stop.
Wowzers.
The train cut an ugly gouge through the ash heaps as she reached her final stop. Now she's just another pile of scrap in the pits, half buried and groaning like a beached whale. As we approach, I try in vain to block out the sulfurous choke of our surroundings and the memories that come with them. I feel bile rising in my throat. I clench my fist so hard my gloves squeak. The disease we called the wasting wasn't just a sickness, it was a curse. The kid doesn't see me retch onto the ground. Good. Some things nobody should ever see. Keep it together, Randazzo. You got a job to do, remember?
What is this place, Gia?
Anything that can't be saved ends up here. You'll want to watch your step.
Are those? Oh, God!
At the sight of charred bones among the refuse, she claps a hand to her mouth and wrenches her eyes shut, as if willing reality itself to change. I give her time to compose herself.
Let's get out of here as soon as possible.
Couldn't agree more. There's something hidden in the ash at the base of one of the cars. A quick brush off reveals the hawkish emblem of White Street's intelligence corps. Industrial smelting vats for metal and scrap. But when the wasting ripped through the lowers, White Street couldn't get rid of all the bodies fast enough. I fight the urge to shield my mouth against the falling ash. The mugs who work the pits use the skeletons of old shipping containers like these as makeshift sorting stations. One container's door hangs open, its hazard markings barely visible under years of soot. The ground surrounding it looks loose and unstable. Eli's secret police have access to the finest goods the Lowers has to offer, even if that means confiscating it at gunpoint from someone's ailing old grandmother. If this car was carrying intelligence corps stuff, there might be something worth swiping. I dig around until I find a busted piece of personal luggage tagged Lieutenant Kern. The valise took a real beating in the crash, but somehow the record inside remained miraculously pristine. Nice. I'm knee-deep in ash and debris when the ground lurches under my feet. The unstable pile of detritus I'm standing on starts to slide, dragging me towards a nearby pit. I scramble backward, my boot dislodging something heavy, and probably valuable, that tumbles down into the darkness, swallowed by toxic smoke. Oh, great. The car is torn open, like an overripe fruit spilling its seeds across the ash. I ought to crack one of those larger crates open. Bingo. The glint of iron and the hot red glow of Aether gone sour. To my eyes, the ordnance looks a lot like that cockamamie Aether cannon General Eli had strapped to his truck. Only these are handheld, ready for his goose-stepping goons and their itchy trigger fingers. I spy something else buried in the straw. It's a casino chip with the name Dreamland stamped in gold. Well, well.
What is it?
The whitecap who loaded up this crate is surely gonna miss this. Seems a few of Eli's heavies spent their furlough off in Mar Magdalen's paradise of vice. Wonder if the good general knows where his boys have been sneaking off to. The guns pulse with a steady red glow. Why not get an edge? Our buyer won't know the difference. Maybe Nellie can work with Cress and rig her up to my ride. I grab a gun and stow it in my trunk.
Oh no. This is horrible.
I watch, befuddled, as the kid leans into a crate, ignoring the soot smearing the front of her dress, and starts tinkering with the guns. I hear a pop as she tugs at something. The angry red glow softens like a sunset.
There! The output will be trivial now.
I squint into the gloom and try to catch a closer look at the kid's hands as she works. What the hell is she up to? It doesn't take an Aethonics engineer to see she's sabotaging the guns. The whine of escaping Aether and the hot light dimming into darkness is like a candle being snuffed out. Well, Professor, I can't wait to hear your explanation for this. She continues her sabotage, the lights of the crate dimming. Then she rounds on me, her sunshine eyes burning with sudden fire. I lean back against the train carcass, letting the girl wonder do her thing. When she turns back, I watch raging fire turn to doused ash.
This is Aether. This is my field. I know the specifications. I know the output. They won't hurt anyone now, but I can still convince the buyer to take these. I know I can. Please, Gia. You saw what happened at the parade. Let me do the talking. Trust me.
She's tense, her teeth gritted. Doing this means something to her, something real. I feel a hot pressure behind my eyes. I squint it away and exhale, ash swirling around me like snow. Yeah, kid. All right. She can't suppress a squeak of delight as we load the crates together. She does a terrible job reining in the smile tugging at her cheeks. As we take off, I make a silent prayer to whoever might be listening. Please don't make me regret this. The old railway warehouse is deep in magical territory. It stinks of stale booze and dangerous boredom. Violence is crouched and ready to leap out from every crevice in this den of riveted steel and stacked crates. Last chance. You're sure you want to do the talking?
I'm good at talking. Don't be so tense, you worrywart. I have a foolproof plan. Just promise me you'll let me handle it.
I look over at our buyer, scarred by daggers and disease, and her goons flanked around her like prize steers. Then I glance back and marvel at the kid's placid smile. All right, kid. I promise. She can't possibly know how much danger we're in. Maybe it's better that way. Bullet holes. Erratic pattern, no consistency. Suggests maybe a rat problem. Or chronic psychosis and an imaginary rat problem. Imported Irish whiskey. No surprise the Madrigals prefer the nectar of their fair Emerald Isle to the swill poured here. Hard to tell if that copper tang in my nostrils is rusted iron or dried blood, until I spot the brown splotches on the floor. I watch Nellie's eyes dart from stain to stain, absorbing the remains of the last deal the Madrigals conducted here. Those are Dreamland colors, so Banger and her boys are working for the infamous Mar Magdalene. Banger's cocky to be flying this flag openly on the General's Island. A rat-chewed couch marks this as a comfortable place to relax. And if you believe that, I've got a bridge you might like to buy. Banger taps her boot impatiently on the steel gangway, her temper rising with her foot's tempo. When she speaks, her voice barks out like a Belfast crow.
8 shot?
Before I can do anything, the kid jumps in front of me.
Yes, that's me. Hello?
You're joking.
Madonna. This was the foolproof plan?
I never joke about murderous ordnance. No, ma'am.
You're 8 shot Randazzo. You're the one who tossed Nikki Grayson's place.
Yes. Yes, I sure did. Tossed it all up.
Nellie's joints are frozen in place, and Banger's mug has twisted into a mask of suspicion.
Did you know? And where is that again? You'll remember, of course, as you were there.
I like to think my judgment's pretty good. Better than most, anyway. But despite it, when Nellie shoots me a solicitous glance, I keep quiet and just nod silent encouragement.
Oh, that Nicky Grayson. Tisk, tisk. It's a trick question. Nicky never actually owned the place himself, did he?
I amaze myself with my ability to keep a straight face. Banger's less composed, squawking out an astonished cackle.
You've got me there. He never did pay it off, the poxy bastard. Fine then. Let's be about it.
Please, let me show you what these fine weapons are capable of.
Right. Be quick about it, or I'll skin you both with me pocket knife.
Well, you see, what's extraordinary about these particular firearms... you see, what's extraordinary about these particular firearms is, how much do you know about Aether dispersal? It's quite a basic demonstration of the Cherenkov effect, but unless you're familiar with the latest journals... Anyway, what's neat is...
The confusion on the Madrigal's faces shares a border with rage, and the map lines are quickly blurring. Nellie looks to me desperately for a lifeline. What she means to say is, one pull of the trigger, and whatever you're aiming at gets turned into tomato paste.
That's true, but think of the non-violent applications, which could open up potential career pathways not involving wanton murder.
Nah, I like tomato paste.
Okay, so we've got a deal.
Hold your horses, you mule and prat. I won't be rushed.
The kid and I watch in horror as Banger grabs one of the Aether guns. She hefts it with a cocky flourish, drawing guffaws from her mates. I try to run interference. So you're sourcing shooters from Marm now, eh, Banger? How's the old Frau looking these days? I hear she's on a drip feed of pure schnapps.
What'd you say?
Couldn't help but notice your Dreamland colors. Does the General know White Street's got a mole problem?
Fierce clever, this one. No, the big man's none the wiser. For now, that is. But when we rock up on his veranda with these beauties...
Banger spins around, aiming at a nearby crate and pulling the trigger. There's a pause, a weak puff of pink Aether exhaust, and nothing. The crate stands resolutely intact. The silence that follows is heavy enough to crush the lungs. We're cooked.
What's this now? You trying to pull one over on us?
The madrigals grip their iron tighter. Banger drops the Aether gun and hefts her steel cleaver. I've got half a second to make my move. It's now or never again. Every nerve in my body is screaming at me to move. But damn it, I made the kid a promise. I keep my stupid yap shut.
Please, Miss Banger. You're a rational person. Let's think about this.
No need. I believe I've made up me mind.
Wait, don't you realize what we're offering you? Sure, these might not be ideal as weapons, but with energy output like that, you could power half a city block.
She leans down and gingerly lifts the gun Banger dropped. We all watch with dumb astonishment as she jams a cable from the gun into the motor of a nearby crane and connects the leads with the touch of a metal tool, which sets the crane whirring in a sudden screeching burst of electrical power. Like an ape tossing a beach ball, the crane flings the crate it's carrying across the warehouse. The madrigals recoil as it smashes with terrific force against a metal bulkhead behind them, shattering into splinters. Nellie returns to Banger and tosses her the gun, which she catches only by automatic reflex. She doesn't speak. Nobody does.
With the cash you'll earn by selling these, you could buy enough guns to fill this entire warehouse. But I do hope you'll consider an alternate path.
Right, well, fine then, I suppose.
Quick as silver, Banger's boys shuffle the crates away, and I find myself accepting a wad of cash from Banger like we're both in some kind of dream. The gang waves us off, and we start back to the car.
The deal went off without a hitch. You did wonderfully, Gia. And thank you.
Huh?
For trusting me.
Well, we all gotta start hustling somewhere. 8-shot.
Those things are effectively useless, so I don't feel too bad about it on the whole.
Right. Let's get out of here before Banger figures that out. Job's done. Let's get back to Tiana. We approach a checkpoint manned by an overstaffed contingent of Eli's troops. They look fat and happy, just the way I like them. This should be a breeze. I hope.
You look like a fine, upstanding citizen. Move along and have a fine day, you hear?
Back already, huh?
Found this in some officer's personal luggage. It got lost in transit.
Probably wasted on them anyway. Both hands on the wheel, yeah?
Good day. Thank you.
Tiana is speaking into the mouthpiece of an ebony telephone, her voice softer than velvet and more furious than fire.
No, this is unacceptable. Our deal was for 20%.
She spots me and motions for me to make myself comfortable while she finishes up. I gladly oblige, sinking into the cushy leather of an armchair.
There's your mistake. You don't know me. Do not presume because I am polite and beautiful that I will hesitate to collect what is mine. Tell Victor I will visit him in 3 days.
She hangs up, breathing out hours of stress in a single sigh. She's instantly composed again. Hard day?
Oh, Mishichu, I didn't realize you cared. It's been harrowing. No one wants to work anymore. Fortunately, I have you.
Maybe if you kept your other pawns in the dark, they'd happily run off a cliff for you.
Have I upset you? You're sitting across from me now, are you not? You aren't a child. Do not whine like one.
These things are more than just pop guns. You could bring down an island with that kind of firepower. That doesn't bother you?
No, it does not. I know better than to visit the kitchen to see how the cow is butchered. I simply enjoy my steak.
Well, bully for you. Some of us still have a conscience, you know.
Ha! Come, come. Tell me how things went with the madrigals.
Smooth as silk. Even got a bit of help from the kid.
Really?
Yeah, she neutered the guns, but managed to convince Banger to buy them anyway.
Well, well. How remarkable.
I hand to Yana the wad of dough and wait patiently as she counts the bills. Satisfied, she places the cash in a cigar box and hands me a slip of paper.
Your payment, as promised.
I also managed to snag one of these for myself. I pull out the red Aether gun I nicked from the train and place it on the table between us. Its crimson glow throws Tayana's guarded face into sharp relief.
You show impressive initiative, Giovanna. I'm sure we can find a use for this.
I think it's best we let the kid handle it. She seems like the expert. What do you think this stuff is going to mean for the lowers?
Well, I do not have my great-grandmother's gift for sight, but my guess would be it will mean the same thing it usually means. People will die, and those like you and I will profit greatly.
And you're comfortable with that?
Of course.
Think it was a mistake to leave Banger alive?
My father used to say, your enemies cannot hunt you if they're dead. I'm not sure I believe that. What do you believe?
I slide my hand into my coat pocket to hide the sudden tremble at my fingertips. I don't know.
Giovanna, I've never known you to look over your shoulder. Byrne is an angry pup, and you brought her to heal. I wouldn't worry.
I get the feeling you're itching to tell me how you would have done things differently if you were me.
No need to be coy. If you're curious, I will tell you. The truth is, what's done is done. Everything else is smoke in the wind.
Gotta get going.
Always a pleasure. We're overdue for a proper chat. Come by later. I will make tea. And Giovanna?
I'm reaching for the door, its cold brass cooling my hand. I turn back for a moment.
Try not to let that conscience of yours bother you too much.
At that, I can't help but grin.
Giovanna. Take your time, but do not linger.
I found some things that are more unique. Mind taking a look?
And pray tell, what diamonds in the rough have you found, Mishichu? Happy hunting.
Miss Randazzo, before I forget, another package arrived for you.
Package? I didn't order anything.
Ain't my business. Just letting you know.
You said another?
Yes, ma'am. That's the 5th one in 2 days. Good thing you got that Heights girl to collect them for you. Here you are.
It's a big, mysterious wooden box. The kind you check for hidden wires or a whiff of gunpowder. What I find rocks my feet just as hard as any explosive. A shipping label addressed to 8-Shot Randazzo. Where's Nellie?
I haven't seen her since this morning.
Damn it. I gotta find the kid. Cress should have helped get Nellie set up by now. She'll know where to look. Cress, you seen Nellie?
Yeah, I've seen her. Your client came to drop off rent. You had my ears off about ventilation and cleaning out the planters. You're tense. Everything good, Gia?
No. Some people laugh when adults are afraid of the dark. From what Cress has gone through, I'd be more worried if she wasn't. I stalk the rows of dim glass panes and dead brown fields like a specter in search of a soul who wronged me. Maybe she has, but the voice that drifts through the cracked door is more delighted squeal than malevolent cackle. I all but storm her lair. It's hot. The blood to my head, the sweat in my gloves, the sticky air of a previously dark and gloomy greenhouse.
Now for the... Oh, Gia! I'm so glad you came. I'm not finished setting up yet, but I'm getting close.
What the hell is all this?
setting up shop. By shop, of course, I mean research laboratory.
The scent of decades-old mulch is a kick to my senses. It's still not enough to make me forget why I'm here. Nellie's chalkboard is crammed to the edges with physics equations and calculations and all sorts of mathematical junk I can't begin to parse. The corner's a hill's worth of aged crates and rusted farm tools. It wouldn't be the first thing carelessly thrown around.
So, what do you think?
A package arrived for me. Or should I say, for you. If I had any doubts about who was using my name, they're stomped flat by the recognition barreling off Nellie's face. My face fights to stay calm.
Oh, wonderful! That's the Aether capacitor I was waiting for.
Nellie, why are you making orders under my name?
Oh, well, to stop the well, I need lab supplies. To get supplies, I need people willing to sell to me. I noticed how much weight your name carried in the lowers, so I borrowed it to help grease the wheels, so to speak. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I probably should have asked. You're not angry, are you?
I slam the package on the table. The blast of sound rattles the windows, freezing the kid to the floor. Angry doesn't cover it. You can't go throwing the name 8-Shot around.
What? But other people call you that all the time. Like Bear. And Needles, too.
You got lucky. Banger would have cut you to shreds if I wasn't the go-between. And Needles? That prick knew me before I got the name. And if he was a bigger bastard, he could have gone for you to get to me.
I didn't. I'm so sorry. I truly am. I had no idea it would cause you so much trouble.
Molten protest scorches my throat. I want to snarl where this oblivious airhead can stick her apology, but the words sputter out, doused by a second of clarity. You don't know anything. A sudden weight presses down on my shoulders. I barely feel the splinters as I take a seat. It isn't until I wave my hat at the opposite crate that the kid sits too. The job went sideways. My job. Needles and I were moving cargo for a big shot. It should have been a career maker. But we messed up. We drew fire and I had to make a call that cost us the cargo. Knew there'd be consequences, just didn't know how bad they'd be. It was my screw-up, but Zio Alfonso insisted he come along to give our client, Valentine, the bad news. He told me not to say a word. Not about the shipment, not about Needles. Not that I was the one behind the wheel. I've run through that day 1,000,000 times in my head. I should have had a back door. A way out when things turned sour. If only. The room was cold. Valentine sat there like a judge waiting for his end-of-day docket. He was calm at first. He asked what went wrong, whose fault it all was. Zio stepped forward, ready to take the blame. He tried to explain it all away. He could talk his way out of anything. Then, he couldn't. I don't remember the last thing he said before I felt his chest go still. Dark silhouettes slither out from the black spots in my vision. I see him on the floor. I feel the cold. I hear his last, frightened breath rattle out of his throat.
Chia, are you okay?
No.
Clean that up before you go. I don't want him staining the floor.
John Valentine, the butcher of Southtown, savior of the 7 uprisings, richer than kings. My big break. A man they said was untouchable. I decided to test that theory. I emptied my revolver into him, right there. I emptied every cylinder. All 7 shots hit their mark. But it wasn't enough. It was the 8th shot that turned me into the monster. My fingers twitch under a phantom recoil, kicking me back to the present. Instead of a skyscraper with 2 cooling bodies, I'm back in a dingy greenhouse with a wide-eyed girl.
What happened after that?
My fingers twitch again. I haven't missed a cigarette this much since my apartment flooded. I got out.
They just let you go? After you took out their employer?
Didn't realize their boss was dead yet. Probably thought he was the one holding the gun, and they were busy finishing up with someone else. I wasn't the only one who had to report in, except while Zio and I got the big man, Needles had to answer to a knife. Neither of us walked out of there unscathed. Between the job gone wrong, Zio, Valentine's goons, and our falling out, Piotr had plenty of reason to be mad. I just hate that the reason he owed me his life was the same reason he resented me. Didn't end with Valentine. He wasn't a baron, but he was a man of the city in his own right. Enough people wanted him avenged.
And they're still after you? Is that why your name's so dangerous?
Not as much as there used to be, but I try not to invite trouble. I might have become 8-shot when I killed Valentine, but I hadn't cemented its meaning until I put enough bullets into everyone sent after me. I lost my rep, my name. That's what. In this line of work, all it takes is one bad job to wipe years of goodwill.
But that's not fair! He killed your uncle!
Think about it, Professor. If one of your colleagues snapped and killed the dean, you think anyone would care why?
I suppose not.
That's right. Because as far as anyone cares, I screwed up a job and killed my client. That's enough to scare off anyone. And while some respect the name, most don't. Sure, it might have some pull in this part of town, but it's not a badge of honor. It's a reminder of one of the darkest days in my life.
Oh, Chia. I'm so sorry.
She smiles and the sun comes out. The dark days of the past fade back where they belong.
And I'll register an official address and sign for my own packages from now on.
You better, Principessa.
Hi, Gia!
I thought you lost your money with the briefcase. Where'd you get the cash for this place?
I earned it! I might not have your talent for smuggling, but no one in the hole knows athonics like me. Compared to solving Morrison's experiment, fixing a light or a wire is trivial. And sometimes I make shopping runs or watch pets.
And no one's given you any trouble?
Well, not everyone's friendly, but whenever things start turning ugly, I just say I know 8. I know you, and they leave me alone. You're pretty famous around here, you know.
A lab, huh? This where you're going to fix the well?
Once I finish setting up, I'll need to reconstruct my notes. I've already written down the most important parts, but I'll need time to integrate the new data, and proper equipment to start prototyping, of course. At the very least, I'll need an etheric counter, paneling, coiling, and a complete toolkit. Fortunately, I've gotten a head start. Cress won't mind the mess, will she?
Just don't break any windows. Doubt this place is what you're used to.
It's nice, spacious, and it has excellent ventilation, for an old greenhouse, that is. Once I finish decluttering and decontaminating all the surfaces, I'm sure it'll start feeling homey. It's so exciting! I've never had a space to truly make my own. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
That's the last of the jobs I had lined up. I should catch up with Tiana while I've got air.
Bravo.
That's all?
Happy hunting.
New York's many pubs and bars have been a good friend to smugglers since Baron Eli's failed experiment with alcohol prohibition. And while the booze is flowing again, some have kept their various bolt holes and hideaways available for the odd outlaw on the lam from the local authorities. If you don't mind stamping feet and loud music, a pub isn't the worst place I can imagine to lie low and wait for the heat to clear. It's almost refreshing, once you get used to it. I'd say the place had been picked clean, but there's nothing clean about it. It's empty and spent.
Stravo. If you can't find someone to clear out the warehouse before they arrive, I expect you have the survival instinct to do it yourself. Prioritize guns, clean water, anything that can be moved quickly. Ah, Stravo, Giovanna. Come. I'll open the wine.
Tiana used to trade her imported smokes for information mixed with good conversation. When I converted the cigarettes into a demon on my back, we swapped vices. I take my seat while Tiana produces a bottle with just the right number of zeros attached to it. She starts me off with a finger's worth.
How much did you make up our last chat again?
Don't pout. You know the rules. You supply the conversation, I supply the wine.
Fine. What do you want to know this time?
Tell me, how is White Street?
You should already know. You've got people out there.
Oh, Giovanna. I do not hire them for their conversational skills. Paint me a picture of it all.
A thought occurs to me at the same time a grin escapes the corner of my mouth.
You're blind. You really don't know.
I see more than you do, Michichu.
Zio Alfonso always said he was busiest during wartime. I'm starting to see why.
Busy is good, no? You have been short on work since that unpleasantness with Valentine.
I've got a little cash saved up now, and I'm rebuilding my rep after those last few jobs. I should be able to find some work when things really kick off.
If you can keep that heart of yours locked up, you and I should make some good money in the next few months.
I recline back and raise a lazy salute with my glass, imagining a more comfortable life just out of reach. It would take time getting back to where I was, but this was a start. She refills my glass, and we share a drink over chatter, though it's not long before I find a common thread woven within her questioning.
I know I haven't traveled much lately, but I do know more than just White Street. What are you not telling me?
Her manicured finger dances around the rim of her glass, while her silent eyes dangle my own question in the air in front of me like string on a cat's nose.
Ah, you are a good investment, Mishichu. And this information is old anyway.
How generous of you.
Not at all. You're lucky, you know, that you finished your business in White Street when you did. An order went out last night. All able-bodied citizens are to report for draft.
I feel a black glove yank my stomach into my throat. It started like this last time, too.
Those who do not report are to be considered disloyal.
Eli starting another purge.
I need to talk to Cress.
You don't seem too cut up about the whole thing.
A pained expression contorts her face. She puffs on her cigarette petulantly.
Don't be cruel.
And you knew, didn't you? Before the order even came out. You couldn't have given me a heads up? Even Cress? Or were you too busy?
Do not make me the villain, Giovanna. You were down there. If you didn't see what has been obvious for some time, that is on you.
You know more than you're letting on.
Yes.
Tiana, please. Cress has people down there.
Her narrowed eyes soften.
I know the shooting has already started. I know White Street soldiers are going door to door in the civilian districts. I know that Eli intends this to be his final purge. If Cress has anyone left over there, now would be the time to get them out.
I think of the Raymond district and tell myself Needles would have run before the first shot. If the Whitecaps are in the civilian districts, it won't be long before they delve into the Undercity. My heart floods into my eyes and ears as I run to the garage to find Cress. Maybe there's still time, too. Deaf and blind, I skid through the door to find her hunched over a table, staring at a radio all gone to static. Cress, I just heard from Tiana. It's Eli.
I know.
She's unfocused, agitated, uneasy. Dust meanders in and out of the void between us. What does she mean? Why is she just standing there?
I have another job for you. Pays well. More than anything you've taken since your uncle died. Do it, and I consider us even. For all of it.
Cress?
It's my sponsor. And me. We need you to go back into White Street.
Look, Cress. I can't stay in the dark about this any longer. I risked my neck over that prison break. I did that for you, not some anonymous backseat driver with cash to blow.
Quit pushing it. When everything is over, I'll tell you what you want to know.
Why all the secrecy? This guy threatening you?
No, it's not like that. You'll understand when you meet him. You can shake the answers out of him then. He's a good man, but right now, people need our help.
She's right. If I'm taking this job, we're on a tight deadline. But I can't stop that uneasy itch from spreading over my whole body. Cress, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Where's the pickup location? If they're too deep in White Street, it'll be near impossible getting to them.
In the civilian district, there's an old theater. From before Eli banned screenings that weren't propaganda reels. The Western.
I map it out in my head. Sounded doable at least. Less impossible than the other parts of White Street during a purge. Low priority area, less security, lots of routes in and out. Who are these people? And why are they on Eli's hit list?
They're disloyal. Aetherians and others. White Street nobodies. They'd be under notice if Eli wasn't cleaning house. His new weapons? Finally ready for war. So he's removing any chance of a two-front fight.
If they're high on his list, he might be sending more firepower than I can handle.
I'm not asking you to take on an army. Just to pick up and run as fast as you can.
Okay, Cress. We'll get them out.
Come on. We need to be there yesterday. Make sure everything's ready to go. We can't afford to detour.